Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. This is going to be our inaugural video podcast, or vlogcast, I think is what we're starting to call it. It doesn't have a name yet. I was thinking light chatter. So
light chatter.
yeah, if light chatter is awesome, give this video a like. If it's not awesome, put in the comments what you think it ought to be. But we're here with Kevin Krohner from EOS Lighting, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some of his products, and we'll go through some of that stuff. But first, Kevin, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, I'm a conundrum. My name is Kevin Krohner. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I've lived in about 8 different cities, including New York City, Miami, Atlanta, Denver, and ultimately Los Angeles.
So of all of those, what's your favorite one?
Los Angeles.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Hands down. Hands down. I moved to LA with absolutely nothing, $3,000 in my pocket. I lived in a communal house in Venice for about 2 weeks, where I lived in a home with 13 people, and I started my life out in California that way. Found myself a job, found myself a place to live, got on my feet, found LED lighting. Here we are.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. And so you started EOS.
I started EOS back in, I started out doing LED lighting in 2008, and then I incorporated EOS in 2013.
Where does the name come from? I've always been curious.
The goddess of the dawn, the bringer of the light.
Ah, very nice.
Absolutely.
Of which, is it a particular mythology?
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology. Okay.
Yeah, a good friend of mine brought that idea, and he killed it with it. It was fabulous, and it's worked out fantastic for us.
Yeah, and so what's your website?
EOSlight.com. It's singular. EOSLIGHT.
Okay, so EOSlighting.com for y'all.
EOS Light.
EOS Light, sorry. We'll put a link to it.
Absolutely.
So that if I said it wrong, you'll know. So let's talk about some of this stuff. We've got some samples. Take us through some of this and kind of tell us where y'all fit. What's special about EOS? How can our customers use this? What applications is this?
Absolutely. So we're going to start off with the basic light panel, right? Which is,
Get it?
yeah, almost. Almost. I gotta undo the twisty tie here.
This is production value.
Absolutely. There we go.
There we go. Good.
So this is our bread and butter. This is what we started with. This is our EOS basic light panel. And what we have here is this is just a sample size 12 inch by 12 inch. These can be produced up to 10 feet, 120 inches by 6.5 feet, 80 inches, right? What we have here is an optical grade acrylic. We etch a pattern that is customized specifically for the size panel that we're making. To be able to, we put the LEDs along the perimeter, we power them up, the pattern carries the light to the middle, turns it into a uniform sheet of light. And so we have different variations of this product where we have our basic light panel. We have a frame light panel, which actually has a profile going along the perimeter, which is really good for sign fabrication. We also have a crystal light panel, which is a dual side illumination where it actually shines light in 2 different directions, and it's actually clear because we etch it on both sides. The etching is really the number one thing about this, because the etching is what we call light web technology, right? And what we do is we custom etch this graduated pattern. So no matter whatever size the panel is, we're gonna etch that pattern specifically for that size. So that way it brings all the light to the middle, like a spider web, where it's tight in the middle and gets looser as it goes out towards the outside. So what it's doing is it's bringing all the light straight to the middle to be able to guarantee 100% even uniform light throughout the entire panel.
Very cool.
So then we've made all these different variations of this product here, where we've also made what we have our color light panel. This one is actually RGBW.
I'll be Vanna for you.
And now we're changing some colors here. Is there the white on? Now the white's on. Now the white's off. And now RGB. So we have the ability to do color changing. We also have the ability to do tunable white as well. And then we also have the ability to do custom shapes. We should bring that star one in at some point. But we can do your logos, your branding, all with these, no problem at all. So, and then we've gone ahead and we've taken this variation of backlighting these materials, because what we do, we use these to backlight materials evenly, uniformly. We've also started creating some complete solutions on our own, including the Aura light panel, right? Where this is actually a complete solution. We have a frame that holds our light panel, and then we have a thick acrylic Outlet kind of comes at the top, so you actually have light emanating from the front and from the edges as well. This can be hung up on a wall right away, and this thing can be produced up to 8 feet by 4 feet.
And they're super bright. Like, I mean, you can't. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but how bright? How many lumens can we get out of?
So
like a 12 by 12.
I think they're going to be looking at about, I would say about 50 lumens per watt.
Yeah.
Typically, just based on the number of LEDs. It's going to vary because the larger the panel, then the less wattage that you have, right? It's not going to be 1-to-1 to like a 1-by-1. But for this particular piece, you're probably looking about 50 to 55 lumens per watt traditionally. Then we have the cloud luminaire. And this is actually the surface mount fixture. This is great. We have this available in both indoor and outdoor rated. And what we have here is we have our light panel that's tied into a profile system. And then we have our diffuser right on top. And this is a milky matte diffuser. We can actually print on this diffuser. And we actually have a project on our website, Buchanan Ingersoll, the law firm, where we actually did ceiling fixtures that we printed. They commissioned an artist, and the artist made their digital print, and then we printed it onto the acrylic itself, and then we had the acrylic sent overseas to our factory, and then everything got assembled over there. And therefore, everything just arrived on the job site, ready to install. This came out great. This is a great product. We also just use this as well in a historical building in downtown Philadelphia called the Stephen Girard Building, where we actually took this profile, we powder coated it to the bronze chip that they gave us to match the RAL number to the bronze that they had. And then this is actually in the canopy of the Canopy Hotel in downtown Philadelphia. Cool. And this is right on their actual website. And every time you check in, you're going to check in or you're going to go to on your Hilton app, you're going to see our canopy as a focus.
That's got to be super rewarding, like for you, to be able to go through all these awesome projects and like see them and be like, that is EOS, like I made that.
Well, that's amazing. But the ones, I mean, the Stephen Girard Building is a fantastic job. And we did work at the World Trade Center, at the New York Stock Exchange, Coach, the Microsoft stores. We have a lot of clients out there that it's incredibly rewarding. When I get to go to the shopping mall, and I see my panels, in all the Coach displays, or in the Microsoft stores, I show my daughter, Daddy did this. It's really, really incredible.
Yeah.
So, and then we started running into stumbling blocks in regards to when we would have orders where we had one panel that was like 10 feet by 6 feet. And what we found is that the shipping would cost more than the actual panel itself. So we started doing our homework and we put together a family of products called Light Paper, right? And so Light Paper is a product that we have 6 different variations of it. We have an entire family of it, and then we have an outdoor rated version of it, right? And on top of it, so we have multiple different types of paper here that we can actually cut from like 1 inch to 1 inch to 2 inch by 2 inch, all the way up to even doing RGB, RGBW, and what we call the all-in-one. And the all-in-one is really incredible. It's something that no one's ever seen before. I haven't seen anybody else out there in the market with anything like it. It is RGB and tunable white in one sheet.
Very cool.
Right? It is absolutely a game changer. And so we're looking with a high CRI here. We got this particular product, we're looking about 90, we're saying 95 plus CRI, but we're typically clocking about 97, 98 CRI.
That's amazing.
We have a strong R9 on this product. It's really good, high quality of light. And then we have 5 different lumen levels that we offer. So that way, if we're gonna have a lumen package, if we're gonna be an outdoor sign, we're gonna be really bright. If we're gonna be basic, general primary lighting in a room, we want to be as bright as we possibly can be and have the ability to turn it down or just dial it into what the lumens are looking for.
Yeah.
We can have up to 1,100 lumens per square foot.
Yeah. Oh.
1,100 lumens per square foot coming out of Light Paper. But
and so talk a little bit. So the installation, super easy. I don't know if you can view in on that, but that's adhesive, sticky tape, and that can just slap to the surface. And the thing that I was, I think, most amazed about is the standoff from the acrylic. Is you would think looking at something like that and as bright as it is that there would be pixelation, but it's really not. You can be very, very close to the acrylic or to the diffuser and not see any pixelation.
So this is the adhesive on the back. It's a double side tape from 3M, right? It's super sticky, and you can tack it onto drywall. You can tack it onto metal. You can tack it onto plywood. You also have the ability to cut. And you could also have these hash lines here for cutting, and you could actually just put a staple right into those as well. Yeah. So really easy to install, fast. We also offer tiling services where we group these together in groupings by power supply, and we deliver you a map of how everything's going to get laid out. In fact, one thing I do want to talk about is the ability for us to deliver shop drawings at the time of quotation, right? Because all our products are custom, and if you've worked with us before, fabulous. And if you haven't worked with us before, how do you know what you're going to get? We are a big believer in shop drawings. Shop drawings are everything. So we have software in store in our system that allows us to be able to deliver shop drawings for panels that are squares, rectangles, and circles instantly at time of quotation. Same thing for squares and rectangles for light paper. And then we can also do custom, but it's all about delivering to you at the time of quotation what you're going to need to get in order to get the product specified, so that way you have all your ducks in a row.
Awesome.
So the diffuser, talking about the diffusion aspect of light paper here, we are at about, I have a measuring tape in my backpack, but I think we're at about 1 inch right there.
Yeah, and I've actually got a sample kit. If you're interested, hit me up. I can bring it out. We can kind of play with it, but it is very impressive.
Kit.
I mean, the 2 inches, even lower than 2 inches, you really can't see any pixelation at all. So it's a really, really great product. So what's coming new? Are there any products that we don't have here at the show that you're excited about?
I'm so glad you asked, my friend. So
it's like I planned it.
I've been thinking, how can I announce deco panels? So deco panels is the newest creation from EOS. Is a complete solution, open the box and hang, is our theory, right? And basically what we're doing is that we do a lot of work backlighting perforated metal and design metal, laser etched metal. So what we've done is we put together a profile system to hold our panel and a diffuser and a metal overlay right on top of it and hold the whole thing together. So that way you're going to incorporate a backlit metal screen in one unit. And that way, no more having to coordinate through 4 different types of vendors. You have one vendor and you have one installer. And basically, we're going to be able to produce these things up to 10 feet by 5 feet. We have 100 designs on our website. We have the brochure. They're already out there and they're already available. You're going to have your sample kit here in the middle of July. Okay. And by the time that time hits, I mean, the deco panels is going to be a really big deal for us. Now, we're doing different finishes. We have 10 different colors that we offer for finishes of the metal. We have 100 different designs. We have perforated, we have honeycomb at different various open areas. And then we have the ability we have 10 different colors that are in a semi-gloss finish. And then we also have the ability to customize that color. We can also customize the metal screen as well. So again, custom is our game. That's what we know how to do really well, and we know how to execute in a very timely manner and deliver things quickly. Deco panels will be no different.
Awesome.
No different at all. So you're going to see that. And then we have EOS PPE. All right. For those who have been stricken and afflicted by the pandemic, we have the solution for you. Right, we've leveraged our chain of supply over in China, and we have sourced since March of last year PPE, where we have masks, we have KN95s. Now we are putting up on the website a 50% discount for everything that's on there. Your rep is going to have plenty of it. They will have no problem bringing it by your office and just giving it to you, no problem at all. In fact, we've donated about 150,000 masks so far, just between November and February alone. And so, again, lighting is our business, but when the time comes and we have a problem like a COVID pandemic, we leverage our resources, we found our connections to work for us, and we're able to go out there and we put together a supply of PPE, including face shields, sanitizer, all that fun stuff. But again, we're going to put a 50% discount. We're blowing out everything. You guys, all the reps are getting PPE from us, and they will be more than welcome to come out and bring you guys boxes of masks on EOS. No problem at all.
Awesome. Yeah, well, this stuff is great. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you, what's your favorite project that you've done, and what was your least favorite project?
Well, sometimes they're both.
Yeah, for different reasons, right?
Sometimes they're both. I would say this, that my favorite project, I would say, was probably the New York Stock Exchange.
That's beautiful, yeah. That's on the website if you want to check it out.
Yeah,
it really
it's
looks amazing.
nowhere as a confidential installation. We did that out of respect for our lighting designer. However, the Stock Exchange submitted it for Interior Design Award, and they were awarded the best office renovation in 2018.
Yeah.
So we were all over that. But we actually took a working skylight that they covered with the roof in the 1920s, and we brought it back to life. And it's incredible. So if you take a look on our website, eoslight.com, and you'll see financial institution, you click there, that's a New York Stock Exchange. Absolutely a wonderful project. I mean, we took a stained glass ceiling that hadn't seen daylight in 100 years, and we put EOS behind it, and it came out incredible, and we have an incredible client with the New York Stock Exchange.
Awesome.
The least favorite, I think, was my mom's kitchen. Okay. I don't know. I love all my projects because all my projects are learning lessons.
Yeah.
You know, and because I started out doing residential, and I did, residential homes in Los Angeles when I first, got into LED lighting in 2008. And then I moved up to the Newark airport and started working on airports. And then we got the Microsoft stores. And then we got the World Trade Center and the New York Stock Exchange. And we worked on a home that sold for $78 million. And we did the Porsche Design Tower in Miami, which were a big focal point on a lot of, high visibility projects. And, the benefit has been every single one of them have been some sort of a learning experience. Number one. Number two, fabulous clients, fabulous connections, right? Because it's when you bring out something new that people haven't worked with before, and you do them right, you do them solid, you make friends.
Yeah.
You make friends, and in this business, it's a very small business, it's a very small world. It's very easy to tarnish your name if you don't do somebody right. And I'm a big believer that your character is defined by the way you handle problems.
Yeah.
Right? And I have to say that is a testimony to who we are as a company, because, things always happen. The question is how do you handle yourself when you go through that?
Yeah.
And I had to say that. So every single job, I guess my favorite are the ones that had no problems and a lot of problems at the same time, right? And most of them had no problems. I would say 99.9% of my jobs, 99.99999 had no problems. Yeah, right.
Well, Kevin, thanks for stopping by, man. We really love this stuff. If you want samples, if you want to see some of this stuff, please let us know. We'll be happy to bring them out. And thanks for joining us for our inaugural Light Chatter. And I hope you tune in next time. Thanks.